darkness. I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of the serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around.
Just 30 seconds in, and this must be a tough spot for Joe, especially since he's gone on record before saying that the Bible is just a myth and that humans invented the concept of God.
Because Christianity, at the end of the day, with no proof, everything is mythology. It's a myth. Then you're believing mythology. You understand, mother, that the New Testament is utter horseshit, is to rely on ancient myths that are easily scientifically disproven. Well, that's what Christianity is.
At this moment, Joe clearly fits the description Harvey mentions here, but he doesn't seem particularly moved by it yet. Perhaps Joe's subdued reaction stems from his initial skepticism towards the prophecy's credibility. However, as the narrative unfolds, he appears increasingly persuaded by its assertions.
I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. Wow. If I were the devil,
Now Joe looks visibly shaken. It's as though the prophecy foresaw the current opioid crisis, which only escalated recently. This epidemic has led to nearly 40 million people getting hooked on these medications, resulting in almost 650,000 deaths over a 2-year period. Now pay attention to what he's about to say next.
I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Wow. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
Holy shit.
Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and flowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress.
It's intriguing because Joe has consistently emphasized that religious beliefs shouldn't influence our laws, as evident from his dialogue with Matt Walsh, among others.
Just because we have this institution that we've developed, that we think that, oh, it should, till death do us part. Well, that's it. You said it. Forever. Now you're going to be miserable, because in the eyes of God, you have to be together forever and ever and ever. Amen. That's it. Yeah, that seems ridiculous to me.
But now things take a more personal turn for Joe.
And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science.
Did you notice that? That was significant. He mentioned that they would deify science, essentially substituting God with scientific methods. This aligns with Joe's previous stance, where he favored finding answers in science rather than in religious faith.
And as we have found more facts about the nature of reality and the world itself, it seems more and more preposterous with every day. Every day the scientists come up with these new equations that show the way the universe could have possibly been formed. They'll look at us now in 2015, they'll say, what a strange time, this adolescent period of enlightenment, where they're still concentrating on stupid shit, and the fucking president of the United States can openly talk about God.
Right. Let's proceed.
I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money.
We need to pause for a moment here because this point really resonates with Joe. This was a key factor in why Joe moved away from Christianity and embraced atheism early in life.
When I went to Catholic school, when I first got there, I was happy that I was going to go to Catholic school. But then as I experienced it, first of all, these people are so mean. My parents were nice to me, my grandparents were nice to me, everyone was nice to me. And then all of a sudden I'm in this room with this lady who is representing God, and she's f***ing evil. She's mean. She wants you to cry. She would try to get kids to cry. Scare the shit out of me. I remember crying. They were calling me a baby because I was crying. They would threaten you. If you didn't do something, you were going to have to sleep on a nail in the closet. You'd have to stay home. You're never going to see your parents again. She would yell stuff like that. It was like, she was evil. I hated it.
Yeah.
I was in fear of those fucking crazy people. It was over by the time I was out of it.
What's fascinating here is that instead of dismissing the divine, this segment offers another perspective, suggesting that evil forces might use religious figures to drive people away from faith. Interestingly, Joe has previously dismissed the notion of Satan and talked about our society progressing beyond such beliefs.
As it improves and expands, we are no longer accepting the idea of Satan. We've moved past Satan. Yeah.
I'm curious if this video clip might have slightly shifted his perspective. Keeping all this in mind, let's see how Joe responds to the rest of the video clip.
If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
What year was that?
65, but...
Holy shit.
1965.
That's amazing. 65. Wow. April 3rd, 1965. Paul Harvey nailed it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it striking that what we're discussing isn't even a prophecy from the Bible, which holds even more profound insights? Yet, as you can see, Joe was profoundly impacted by this segment, so much so that he even shared it on his Instagram. All this really makes you ponder. Given Joe's reaction to how accurately this clip mirrors today's world, it raises a question. What does he make of the aspects that seem to echo his thoughts about God and his distancing from religious beliefs? Could it be that he's reconsidering whether he's been misled by darker forces to dismiss the divine all along? The answer hinges on Joe's current beliefs, which appear to have shifted over time. And next time you hear Joe Rogan marvel at a secular prophecy, remember, it doesn't hold a candle to the prophecies of the Bible. What will your reaction be?
We're living in a whole new world where overstimulation is ruining so many people's lives. And in this video, we're going to talk about daily habits to take back your focus and happiness and peace of mind. Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Shout out to all of you amazing, wonderful deep divers. Another beautiful day. I woke up like this, all magical and fly, and there's no place I'd rather be than with the birds, bees, leaves, and trees. And you can't forget the cat down the road. Let's breathe. That was magical. Let's go. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency, raising the vibration. Take that, take that, take that. Good ass energy I'm sending you. And shout out to everyone who's joined the New Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Click the link down below. Deep divers, overstimulation. Let's talk about it. Overstimulation. Are you overstimulated, deep divers? Are you overwhelmed right now? Are you feeling burnt out? Is too much hanging over your head right now? You're looking a little bit shaky, baby. We're living in a whole new world where overstimulation is ruining so many people's lives. And in this video, we're going to talk about daily habits to take back your focus and happiness and peace of mind. I want everyone to hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. If you are watching this video, this is your confirmation that you will arrive at the place you've always wanted to be at. Don't call it a day now, deep divers. You've already come too far. If you're ready to continue proceeding forward, just say thank you. Internet babies. That's what I call this generation. Internet babies. And so many of us are internet babies because it's hard to imagine life without a cell phone or the internet. In fact, for a lot of people, their life would not even exist. That's how dependent we all are on this technology. and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. It only seems to be speeding up. And because of this, a lot of people have more anxiety than ever, more panic than ever. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? They are more neurotic than ever. So in this video, I'm going to help you out because, you see, I realized along my early journey that if I wasn't careful, overstimulation would ruin my life. But I'm smart enough to practice daily habits that help me to take back my peace of mind, my health, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, my happiness. All of that good stuff, deep divers, right? So, and my focus, okay? Let me tell you this. Let me start with some science and some facts, right? From journals. This is the evidence. Worldwide, deep divers, the average screen time, listen to this. Worldwide, the average screen time, guess how much it is, deep divers? 6 hours, that's right. And 40 minutes, that's a whole lot of time people spend being overstimulated. In the US, wait a second, it's 7 hours and 3 minutes. Well, check this out. Data is showing us that between 13 and 18, 41% have over 8 hours of screen time. And that's the reason why I call this generation internet babies. But I'm here to help you out because, you see, we are all internet babies. If you are alive right now, you're an internet baby. And you have to find a way to not be overstimulated with everything that's happening in the world. The news every single day, CNN, Fox News, BBC, they've got stories for you. War, doom and gloom, people are overstimulated. When you go on your phone, on TikTok, so many videos, you're overstimulated. On the gram, right? So what's really helped me is to realize that actually, Ralph, yes, take a break from your phone. Like my phone is off right now, deep divers. There's no Wi-Fi out here, but I swear there's a better connection. And I feel I'm taking back my focus. I know I'm taking back my focus, my inner peace, my health, my happiness, peace of mind, baby. I've got it because the phone is off. Now I can truly concentrate and focus and lock in and tap in. You see, I told you in the Matrix, they want to distract you from yourself. That's the reason why worshipping their phone, their iPhone is like a god, right? And you have to start realizing it's a trap. Even the internet means a net. It's designed to trap you. Slow motion this side. But Ralph, you use the internet. Exactly. I love the internet. I love technology. I use it and I'm always going to use it. At the same time, I realize that technology is a beautiful servant, but a very dangerous master. And if you want to really stop overstimulation from ruining your life, learn to put your phone down. Turn your phone off. Don't sleep with your phone on. I practiced this and found out, wow, it's a big weight off my shoulders. I don't have to continually check my phone at night and see who's texting and what's happening. No, I turn it off. It's off so I can get some good night's sleep. And that's the reason why I look 18. Deep divers, what's up? Overstimulation is ruining your life. Daily habits to take back your focus, happiness, and inner peace. So turn your phone off, deep divers. This will really help you. Also, remind yourself, if it's not helping you evolve, it's a distraction. I love watching videos, but I always say, okay, it better have some edutainment, something where I can learn, but also be entertained at the same time, right? But I'm not just watching things which are really going to distract me from becoming my greatest version. So anything that I do, consume online in the metaverse, it's always going to benefit me. It's always going to benefit me in becoming my greatest version. This is how to be less overstimulated, right? And as you can see, deep divers, I'm in my favorite spot in the heart of nature. We got butterflies floating around. It is so zen here. I feel so at peace here. And I want to recommend this to everyone who's an internet baby. Everyone who has a screen time of more than 5 hours. Come outside. Come outside. Breathe in that, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Breathe in that beautiful, magnificent fresh air. Go camping. Go hiking. Go to the ocean. Hang out with real people. Now, there are still real people in the metaverse. Online, yes, but the problem is, isn't it better to actually meet people face to face? That's what I've realized, deep divers. I'm like, okay, I would rather meet people face to face, and that's what we should all aim to do. It's not just about texting people, sending emojis, and think that's connection. No, real connection is about meeting people in the physical realm, meeting people face to face, having eye contact with them. Like if you're with someone right now and you're like still like on your phone, you're not even with that person, you're on your phone. It's stealing your potential great connection. So when you're with someone as well, like put your phone down. When you're driving, put your phone away. And it's not easy, deep diver. Sometimes we've all been there, we use our phone and it distracts us. It distracts us, we're overstimulated. And it's not only the phone that is making us overstimulated as a society and ruining our lives. It's a tremendous amount of information. You know, George Orwell, who wrote 1984, said the only way to control a population is to give them no information or so much information they are totally saturated and overwhelmed and overstimulated. And that's where we find ourselves right now in this new age of social media. For the gram, do it for the gram, deep divers, do it for TikTok, right? People are clout chasing and people almost feel like they're missing out. If they don't show their entire life on social media, they feel like they're missing out. So what I have a rule is delete all socials that are personal. Keep it only for business. And this has really helped me. Like, I'm not posting pictures of my family, all of these things online because it gets messy. It's not needed. You want to see me in real life, okay? And this has really helped me just to clear my mind and take back my focus and peace of mind. Like, I truly love when people say, I have no social media. I'm like, amazing, fantastic, because that's how you actually take back your focus and inner peace. Now, I use social media to help inspire people to become their greatest version. But besides that, I'm really just chilling in the heart of nature. I'm coming outside. I'm breathing in that glass prana, baby. I'm connecting with myself. So every single day, deep divers, ask yourself, am I connecting with myself, or am I looking over there, over here, over there? Lose yourself in the present moment. If you are someone who is always overstimulated, stop watching the news. Stop watching bad news, because whatever you consume will consume you. What? Slow motion this side. You want to be as free as a butterfly, as free as a bird, or even the cat down the road. And overstimulation in this day and age is so normal. You know why? Because people are doing too much. And they're forgetting about self-care. They're forgetting about taking care of themselves. They're forgetting about getting their butt into the heart of nature. This is how I chill out, deep divers. This is how I balance my energy. This is how I'm not overstimulated. This is how overstimulation is not ruining my life, by realizing when you come outside to places like this, you are having a real connection with Gaia. When you're on your phone, you're actually outside of a real connection. So we have to implement more real connections into our lives every single day. We've got to stay truthful to ourselves, say, actually, let me not trade this real life for that fake life on social media. Overstimulation is ruining your life. Deep divers, daily habits to take back your focus and inner peace. Look, the metaverse is huge, right? AI is huge. Literally in a supermarket, deep divers, I'm like, where are the people at? And I realize there are no people. They're all cyborgs, and they've got self-service machines. Oh my gosh. So I've realized that every single day, AI is creeping into our homes, into every area of our lives. And it's not easy just to ignore, because a lot of our lives depend on it, right? However, that's where you're wrong. What our life really depends on is doing more things that make us happy. What our life really depends on are real connections, real friendships, real relationships that are of the heart and not the ego. People are overstimulated. You know why? Because they're bored. They get bored very quickly. In fact, a lot of people have the memory attention span of a goldfish. That's the reason why they created YouTube shorts and TikTok shorts and all of that. So you have to remind yourself to take back your focus, that every single day, forget about instant gratification. Learn to meditate, learn to be as present as you can. We're all overstimulated. And the best thing we can do is to let that life that is not serving us, let it go, and embrace a life that is serving us, as promoting our mental health. There are so many people right now who are literally, they got their phone attached to their hand. And I guarantee you, I'm having more fun without a phone. There are days I forget to turn on my phone. People are mad at me. They're like, Ralph, you didn't answer my texts. You didn't pick up my calls. I'm like, I'm sorry. You know why? I was just having a better connection with the heart of nature, raising the frequency. Now, when I do use my phone or I'm in the metaverse, I have what I call setting a time for screen time. And usually it's around 3 hours. I give myself 3 hours. I edit a video, upload it, all of that stuff. And this has really helped me. So it's not about not using your phone or not being in the metaverse. It's about having balance. Like, I'm here and I just put my feet into the metaverse when I have to. And whenever you set these healthy screen times, right, like 3 hours or 2 hours a day, you're going to see yourself realizing that overstimulation is not ruining your life, and you are taking back your focus, your happiness, and your inner peace. Every single day, you want to ask yourself, do I really need to play this video game? Every single day, deep divers, you have to ask yourself, how is this video game that I'm playing, or how is this video I'm watching, how is it helping me become my greatest version? And you want to eliminate everything that's not helping you become your greatest version. Don't eliminate my videos, deep divers, because they help you become your greatest version. But do away with anything that's not helping you grow as a human being. Like, every single day, people are on. And someone actually wrote an article about this. They're like, people are online like 24/7, right? Depending on where you live, different time zones, everyone is online. And therefore, we're in a very tricky situation, because it's like there is no time for a rest. There is no time for a break. It's go, 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 Formula One. And this is the reason why a lot of people are overstimulated in this society, because people are on a treadmill, on a hamster wheel, right? People are going around and around, and you have to get off the treadmill. You got to reconnect with yourself. You got to say, actually, I'm no longer gonna compete with other people. You have to say every single day, I'm gonna focus on myself. You have yourself, deep divers, than you do with your phone. And the heart not allow the deep divers.
I am finna pretend. Testing. A little bit of knowledge. Nothing new, nothing too crazy. Just a little bit of knowledge. We scraped the surface with some knowledge. Now, 2 bits of knowledge that we just got. Knowledge number 1, Joe Rogan, seeing that video, 1965, prophecy. This is what the devil would do if he wanted to devilize the earth. And what was it? It was a description of how the world is. Less marriage, more scandalous sex, pill popping, downplaying God and the necessity for him, overvaluing science, thinking that we are God because science is evolving to a certain level and we don't need God anymore because we can become God. All we gotta do is put a chip in our brain and then the chip can make us function eternally inside the superior robotic metal matter. That's a thought pool that is emerging. Fancy that, bro. The flesh is too tough. The flesh is too hard to manage. You have to focus too hard, feed it the right things, or it breaks down. So just put us into a chip and then we can be a metal and we won't need any food or any type of sustenance to be able to exist. That's the game plan. But truthfully, Number two knowledge that we witnessed was Ralph, Infinite Waters, real G, real tough guy, real knowledge, very balanced individual. And he says, we are the, Gen Z is the phone generation, raised on the phone, short attention span, seemingly getting dumber and dumber. We have a technology at a rate and capacity that's higher than ever before. And yet, the human being on average is getting less attention span, less knowledge, dumber, more impulsive to act on emotions. As the technology goes up, maybe a small select group of individuals are utilizing that technology to truly ascend and become higher level. But the majority are using it to pass the time, to be comfortable, and to go with the status quo. But imagine. Now, I dive deep. And this is where, if you're a human being and you're watching this video, you gonna want to go ahead and click off, because I'm about to dive deep. And I got about 15 minutes to dive deep and say some real off the cusp, out there knowledge. Forriden knowledge. So, I'm about to emulate a person in today's day and age. Alright, I'm here. I got my phone. I'm looking down. I'm here. I'm tapping on. Boom. Texting that 5 out of 10 girl who got a boyfriend, but she still might be down. Booby pics, please. Boom. Instagram. Looking down. Oh, booty pic. Let's go. Okay. Boom. Now do that for about 5 hours. Okay. Now, set down the phone. Now I'm going to pretend to do all of that, but no phone. Boom. Retarded. Alright. Now what did you just notice right here? No phone in hand. No phone in hand. What did you just notice? Since there's no one watching this, I will answer the question. And I will explain what you should have noticed. As I'm doing the phone exercise, but no phone, you'll notice that I have terrible posture. With no phone, it becomes more obvious. I'm looking down. I'm here, and this is me standing. Standing is better than sitting. If I've been sitting, we don't even need to get into that right now. Okay, let's go back before phones. Let's go before phones. We're gonna go before phones. Alrighty. Pay attention. I'm about to go deep into details once again. Okay. So now I'm a child. Now I am a child. I am a child. Let this be known. Boom. I'm at school. 5 years old. Two plus two equals 4. Yeah. Christopher Columbus discovered the New World. Yeah. Hitler killed a lot of Jews. Yeah. The Indians are pretty cool. Yeah. See what I'm saying? No phones yet. My posture is still not great because I'm sitting in this chair. This is actually better than a chair. This is a ball. Typically, I'd be in a hard, uncomfy chair, which is just no good. Interesting. All right, lesson number 2. Over. Crazy. Now, what you will notice about both of those things that I just did is my posture wasn't great. And I was focusing on a task. One, I was focusing on writing the knowledge that I learned in school. And the other, I was focused on my cell phone, doing whatever I do. So boom. Cell phone, habit, bad posture. School, habit, 5 to 18, boom, bad posture. Learning. You go to school to learn knowledge. But where can you go to school to learn how to learn knowledge? Let me repeat that. You go to school to learn knowledge, but where can you go to school to learn how to learn knowledge? Well, let me explain this to you in layman's school terms. Your ability to learn knowledge is greatly genetic. And realistically speaking, you're only going to do as good as your genetics will allow you. So whatever you're born into, that is your hand that you're dealt to a degree. And so yeah. But is that true? Is it true that the ability to learn is mainly genetic, or are there actually many other factors involved? Say, how interested one is in the knowledge. What type of food did that person consume? What poses, what stances was that person in when intaking the knowledge? How were they breathing when they were taking the knowledge? It's getting real scientific in here. It's getting real scientific in here. Because ability to learn, ability to grow, expand knowledge, heavily dependent on energy levels. How much energy do you have? How do you feel? Are you in pain? Are you agitated, anxious, upset, sore? All of these things will be on your mind if they're messing with you. And if you really want to learn, then you have to be in a blank, focused, absorbing state. So say one doesn't have their phone on them. Say one's not using a pencil. Say one is not focused on any task outside of them. What does that person then focus on? I know. I've probably lost everybody. This is just simply too long-winded. You're not as crazy of a scientist as me. Therefore, you ain't able to stick around for this. And you most likely missed this knowledge. But if you are not on your phone, if you are not focused on some task, a job, manual labor, that one chick over there, that's a 5, or maybe not. Whatever, if you're not focused on any of those things, a video game, if you're not focused on those things, drugs, what would you focus on if you weren't focusing on any of those things? Well, if you are used to focusing on those things, when you stop focusing on those things, you'll probably start to focus on yourself not doing those things, which will make it difficult for you to not do those things. Which will make it to where you're probably going to want to try and go do those things. But say you get past that point. Say you really bite the flesh. Bite the chemical desire to do the things that you're used to doing. Then where does that leave you? Well, it leaves you to focus on what's within. That's where it leaves you. It leaves you to focus on your body. How is my hand position? Why am I feeling soreness in my left shoulder? Why do I feel a little achy in my knee? Before, you weren't focusing on these things because maybe you noticed it for a second, but you're like, I'll just diddle around on this phone over here and watch another episode of Friends, and that way, when I am done, I'll get tired, go to sleep, wake up, eat some Fruity Loops, get some more Snapchats, maybe send a couple nudies, get a couple nudies, do a couple thingies, do this, do that, boom. But instead, we decide not to do the nudies. We decide we're putting the phone down for a full 24 hours and we're just sitting in the room and we're chilling and we're just starting to feel things. Just starting to feel. I'm feeling some soreness in my right leg, maybe some lower back pain. Why I got all this lower back pain, dog? That's what gonna come up. Questions, feelings, emotional baggage that's been suppressed. All these things start to come up. And boom, from there you have to deal. From there you either experience these things and then run, or you experience these things and face them head on. Oh, boom. I had a vision, but it didn't pan out the way I wanted it to. Why? Is it possible that it's all my fault? It's likely. Now, I know I've struggled to make a real comprehensive point here, but I will close with this. You focus so much on things external to you. Your phone, all the applications on that phone, certain lifestyles, the popularity niche of the United States as far as how school systems create a popularity contest, very much so tied around money, clothing, all sorts of things of that nature. Are you focused on that matrix, basically, or are you focused on the things that you would focus on if you forgot all of that? If you were to forget all of the external things and it was just you in nature, you would just focus on you. You would focus on how you're positioned, how you're standing, posture. You would never be like this, bro. You're never just going to be like this, dog. This is a posture that you will only find if somebody has a phone and they're typing, looking at it. It's not evolutionarily evolved. We didn't grow with the phone. So that posture would never be. You will more likely be trying to have good postures. Head up, dog. Head up, because you don't want that neck pain, dog. You're trying to stand. You're trying to look. You know what I'm saying? I close once again with this. Posture is key. And I hypothesize that he who hath the best posture hath the best energy consumption rates. Because gravity falls on us all. And therefore, whoever can handle gravity the best is those who are most balanced, as the gravity will equally fall down the body. And therefore, the muscles will absorb the energy of gravity all through your body, strengthen, boom. And if everything is proper, no pain signals, just focus. Posture is key.